understanding your ads metrics is the most important thing you need to know if you want to scale your dropshipping business. If you don't have a proper understanding of this, you will keep guessing and throwing money in a bottomless pit. I guarantee that by the end of this video, you will fully understand what all your ad metrics mean and how to react to them. Whether it's Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Snapchat ads, Pinterest ads, or whatever, everything I'm about to say in this video applies to all advertising platforms. These platforms are really not as different as you guys think, apart from the testing strategies, but once you get it up and running, managing it and scaling it is honestly the same. Number one, columns. You guys need to set up your columns in order to feed you the most important information first. And to show you guys how to set up your columns, I'll be working with Facebook ads simply because that's what I'm acclimated to. But again, this applies to any ad platform. So now that you're on the page where you customize your columns, first thing you want to put is amount spent, because of course you want to know how much money you've spent on that ad, which is quite literally the most important thing in running ads. Next, purchases. Purchases is the first piece of actual data that you want to look at, because again, it is the most important thing. It's the reason you're even doing all this shit. Next, cost per purchase. You want to know how much you're spending to acquire every single purchase of yours. After that is purchase ROAS. You want to know the exact rate of how much you're spending and how much you're earning to make sure that you're actually profitable, and then you'll double back and check this and see whether it's more or less than your break-even ROAS. Next is your CTR, and make sure you select link click-through rate, because when you actually search for CTR, there's there's all of these. So you want to make sure it's on with the link click-through rate. And the same thing for CPC. You don't want to select CPC all, you want to select CPC cost per link click. Next, CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions, link clicks, cost per checkouts initiated, and then the rest can really be whatever you want. I don't really look at this much. I would recommend you to add your purchase conversion value too, just so you can know how much you actually made back in sales without always having to go and double check with Shopify, set a date and everything, because the time zones are quite different. And then once you do that, just save as a column preset and click apply. Now I'm not going to do it because that's literally already my preset. Now one thing you might have noticed is that there is no add to cart columns. And that's because I hide my add to cart columns, because it doesn't mean a thing. It's only going to psych you up for no reason. Listen, if you spent money and you got 0 sales, it was a failure regardless. Of course, this doesn't apply to day 1 and 2 testing, because when you're testing on day 1 and day 2, what you're really doing is acquiring data for your pixel. But apart from that, let's say on day 4 of running ads, you spend money, you get 0 purchases, but oh, I got 11 add to carts, it doesn't mean shit. Additionally, there are more columns I could have added in here, such as hook rate, watch time, but 90% of the time those things do not need to be there. Only have them when you're deep diving into creatives and doing advanced stuff like testing the same ad with like 5 different hooks, different bodies, etc. I'll repeat it again, do not go off day 1 metrics. A day 1 test on a brand new pixel is like handing a baby a Rubik's Cube. The goal is to feed your pixel with data, not to be profitable. So don't stress yourself out about that. Now, the most important things you need to understand when you're running ads are your break-even cost per acquisition and your break-even return on ad spend, or short form BECPA and BE-ROAS. If you guys would like a free e-commerce KPI calculator that I use to calculate all my BE-ROAS, target ROAS, BECPA, everything is going to be linked in the description for free. No bullshit, you can just click it and go use it. Now, I recommend a BE-ROAS of less than 1.7. because it will be easier to scale and get sales with a lower BE-ROAS. CPA is cost per acquisition, and in this case we are targeting purchases as our acquisition event, so we can also refer to it as cost per purchase. Figure out what your average profit per order is, and that is your BECPA. For example, you're selling a product for $25 and costs $5 to source, your BECPA is 20. And BE-ROAS is the ratio in which spend to revenue will be break even. If you're wondering what break even means, it basically means when you've earned 0 and lost 0. So let's say, for example, you spent $100 on ads plus COGS, basically $100 to acquire, the sales, and you generated $100 in sales. That means you've lost 0 and you've made 0. You broke even. And one thing is that you want your break even CPA to be higher than your target CPA. And your actual profit, what you take home per order, will be your break even CPA minus your CPA. For example, if it costs $10 to source a product and you sell it for $20, you have a break-even CPA of $10, meaning you need less than a $10 CPA in your ad account in order to be profitable on your front-end margin. And front end just refers to, the whole process of running ads and everything, and back end is your website. So let's say your product is $10. I would recommend you to sell it at either $25 to $30. That way you have a $15 to $20 margin. And here's a perfect example of this using the last product that I ran. So as you can see here, I was selling this product at a $45 sell price, plus $15 shipping, and plus $5 shipping protection to give us an AOV of $65 when someone just orders one. Now as you can see here, our AOV, as I said, was $65. Now the cost of goods sold, meaning the price to source it from the supplier, was $24.75. So I was basically selling it at around a $40 margin. Now for that, my break-even ROAS was 1.61, meaning I had to get a ROAS above 1.61 to be profitable. Our target profit was 30%. That's a really good goal to set if you're running paid ads. And again, you can do all of this in the e-commerce KPI calculator I left in the description. Hell, you can even see it here in my bookmarks. I'm not lying to you all. My break-even CPA was $31.25 and my target CPA was $20.75, meaning my average profit per order would be somewhere around 10.7 USD. Because it's the BE CPA minus the target CPA, and our target ROAS was 3.13. And the good thing about the website is that you can actually enter your budget in and they'll tell you the exact amount of sales to expect, revenue, the COGS, profit, and even your profit after payment processor fees. It's honestly amazing. Now let's actually dive into this calculator of mine a little bit. So let's assume it's going to cost us $15 to source a product. The good thing is that you don't even have to guess what you need to sell it at. You can simply just enter a price here. Let's say you want to sell it at 20. Alright, and let's drag this target profit all the way to 30. So as you can see, for us to even break even, we would need a ROAS of 4, which is insane. If you don't know what that means, if you spend 100, you'd need to make 400 from that 100 you spent to make 0. That means if you make 401 from spending that $100, you really only made $1. So let's put a different price. Let's try 30. That is still under what I told you guys. Over 1.7. So let's try 35. 1.75 still too high. How about 40? 1.6 break-even ROAS. That's perfect. You can see here, cost per purchase $13. Target cost per purchase, sorry. Remember, the break-even cost per purchase is just gonna be 40 minus 15, 25. So that means target profit cost per purchase is 13. 25 minus 13, you're expecting to make $12 profit per order. I hope it's all making sense now and light bulbs are going off in your head. Here's our ROAS for targeted profit, 3.08. Again, let's assume you spend $100 on ads. In order for you to make 0, you need to make $160 from that $100. In order to make our target profit of $12 per order, we would need to make $308 from that $100 of spend. And then you can come through and enter our budget now. Let's say we have $300 for this campaign. Expected number of sales, 23. Expected total revenue, $920. COGS, 346, which will leave you with a profit of 277, which is a 30% profit margin as we entered in up here. And then choose payment processor below and enter fees. Let's do PayPal. It already knows. The fees are $38. And our net profit would be $238.82. Really simple, just like that. When you're a beginner and trying to build capital, you only need around a $2 to $5 margin per order, which is a lot on a low AOV. For example, if you're selling a product for $10, $5 is quite a lot. That's literally 50% of your order value. Now you need to make sure you learn these fundamentals with the low margins before trying to sell more expensive products. And make sure you account for everything when calculating your break even. One thing most people forget is to calculate the processing fees. That could be anything from the little charges the Shopify apps give you when you get a sale, or payment processor fees. For example, PayPal is about like 2% if I'm not wrong. And all this applies for every single offer you test. You will need to calculate the corresponding break-evens so that you make sure you're actually profitable. Because a big mistake I made was that I wasn't even making more than $5 profit and I had an AOV of like 40, 30. It was insane, honestly. And if I had known this at that time, my goodness, who knows what I would be at. So don't make the same mistake as me and apply this advice. Now let me tell you about indicator metrics. Now your CTR, CPC, and CPM are what I call the indicator metrics. Now, we do not cut ads based off of these metrics. The only thing they tell us is the quality of the traffic that our ads are attracting. And hence, these indicator metrics are only relevant during the first 2 days of testing. Because after that, the only thing you should be concerned about are your profits by looking at your CPAs and your ROAS. I want you to please get that in your head and not wake up on a random day saying, oh, my CPM is 100, I need to cut the ad. That shit does not matter at all once you're past testing, at all. Don't even look at it. Now, if your indicator metrics are low, it means that Facebook is just throwing your ads around trying to guess your target audience. And once they find your target audience, your indicator metrics will begin to rise. If your CPM is high, it means that the algorithm knows your audience and your ads will be stabilized during scale. Now, click-through rate is important too. If you have a high click-through rate, it means you have good buying intent. And if you have good buying intent but your ads are not converting, i.e. getting sales, then you need to fix something on the back end. Your website, most likely your offer or the product price. For example, let's say you're selling a product at $30 with free shipping, so you could test out $20 with $10 shipping, $15 with $15 shipping, $13 with $17 shipping. There's endless things you could do. You could even test, as I said, different offers. Maybe change from a buy one get two free to a buy two get one free to a buy one get 30% off the next one. It's all about testing. Do not assume you know everything. The only thing that knows is the data. Data is king and content is queen in this dropshipping game. Do not listen to your gut when it tells you, oh, this ad is better than this one, even if it's not performing well. If it isn't performing well, then it is not better. Simple. I could get into offers and angles right now, but that's a whole different topic that needs its own separate video. And if you guys would like to see a video like that, then let's have this video hit 40 likes and that video will be here before you know it. Also, please subscribe because I'm literally giving you source that no one else is sharing. These are the kind of things people pay money for. And why am I saying that? Because I paid money for this knowledge and here I am sharing it to you for free. So do me a favor and drop that sub because we're about to hit 1,000 subscribers. If you'd like to learn more before I drop that video about the offers and the angles, then I have a video right here or here about how to build a converting dropshipping website, just like the one that got me to my first $100 day. If any of you would like private one-on-one mentorship, then feel free to DM me on Instagram at ecom_nate2paid. And until next time, stay hard, keep grinding, and please, for the love of God, man, do not give up. If you don't give up, you never lose. Simple.